Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Or is it? Good evening and welcome back to the West Ham Network. Max Cornet. Yes, the player who West Ham fans have been calling for such a long time to play games. An attacker when West Ham have needed an attacker. Could be heading out the door this January window. I think earlier on in the window, in particular, even before the window, possibly even last summer, many West Ham fans thought maybe time is up on Max Cornet. Maybe Max Cornet would be heading out the door. But then we had a bit of an injury crisis. And even when we thought he would play, he did not play. Suddenly, he started to feature a little bit. He banged himself in his first Premier League goal a couple of weeks ago. He's got his contract with West Ham until 2027, and West Ham have an option of a further year on the deal. He's on about roughly £65,000 a week, but it just hasn't worked out for him at West Ham. It's not really necessarily all his fault, obviously not, because when he came, I had high prospects for the geezer, but he did pick up an injury, a really awkward injury, to be honest with you, an injury that no one really knew much about. It came in the summer of 2022, and since that summer, he's made 31 appearances in total for West Ham, scoring one goal. And this may be a surprising stat for you, but he's got 6 assists under his name, featuring only twice in the Premier League this season. Like I said, scoring one goal. I still think there's a player there, but rumours coming out from Nottingham Forest are suggesting that they're exploring a deal to try and bring Max Cornet to their club before the transfer deadline day. Certain reputable sources are saying that they're looking to try and sign him on loan. But should there be a deal available to do a deal on a permanent, that also could be an option. But predominantly, they are looking to do a deal on loan. Now, Nuno Espirito Santos wants attacking reinforcements this month and is keen on the Ivory Coast star. And several people are saying that Nottingham Forest are exploring a loan deal for the West Ham attacker and that Santos is prioritising a new attacker ahead of the transfer window. But West Ham really need to do things to benefit us, not to benefit other teams. Obviously, we don't face the battle of relegation unless some drastic craziness would happen between now and the end of the season. And therefore, he's not a regular feature in our first team. So we need to bring new recruits in. And to bring new recruits in, we also need to empty out that squad within reason and make room for these players. So potentially moving them on for maybe a little loan fee, plus freeing up 65k a week in wages, roughly, then that means West Ham can move in the market. Now, I would think the only way West Ham would sanction this deal is if we were to bring someone else in. But let's not forget something else as well. Nottingham Forest have their own financial fair play issues. They have things that they need to get under wraps. There are rumours, though, plenty of rumours that they are looking at shifting on players for fees. And clubs from all over Europe are looking at a couple of their players in particular. So that will free up their funds to bring in a player. But I think when it comes to this situation here with Max Cornet, this only be and gets sanctioned. Any player that leaves West Ham is sanctioned on the basis that we, West Ham, are bringing in cover for that area. I think we have to be very mindful of the fact of how much business we will do between now and the transfer window. We're going to be bringing you rumours and stories left, right, and centre. And as things stand, this could be a deal that could go through. Just keep your eye on it. But, would you prefer West Ham to keep him? Or would you prefer West Ham for him to go out? If it meant that he had to go and get that experience with potentially an option or obligation to buy, and West Ham could bring in someone now, young, enthusiastic, fresh, then it's kind of a win-win situation because maybe Moyes just simply doesn't fancy Max Cornet. But we will have to wait and see. Like I said to you, he's got a few years still left in his contract with an option of a further year. 65k roughly a week he earns. That frees up a lot of money for us. But West Ham don't have attacking options should we face another injury crisis. And we need to make sure that we are bringing it in with the impending loss of Pablo Fornals, the impending potential loss of Ben Rama, which I'll talk to you about tomorrow as well. We are linked to several other players, and this one has kind of come out of the woodwork. Someone we thought potentially would have held potentially been heading out the door a lot earlier than what he has. And specifically, what makes it more interesting is he's featured a little bit more recently. Who knows what will happen? Only the people up top know. Anyway, there's a short and sweet one for you. Join us tomorrow morning for some more West Ham content. Of course, come on, your hands.